Now I will be explaining the consumer's equilibrium through the indifference curve approach. We had two approaches. One was the marginal utility approach and this one is the indifference curve approach or the ordinal utility approach. Now, a consumer will attain the equilibrium when he maximizes his utility given his income and prices of the two commodities. So you must remember that every consumer wants to maximize his utility. But here the income of the consumer will be given and the prices of the two commodities will be given. Now what are the two conditions for the consumer's equilibrium? First, MRS XY, that means the marginal rate of substitution of X for Y, must be equal to PX by PY. Now what is this? This is the slope of the indifference curve. And what is ratio of Px by Py? It is the slope of the budget line. So the first condition is the slope of the indifference curve must be equal to the slope of the budget line. Also remember, MRS XY is equal to MUX by MUY. Now how this is so? For this, if you want to know in details, you can go through Banerjee Majumdar's book. The exact derivation is not needed in your syllabus, so I am not explaining. But you please know that MRS XY is equal to MUX by MUY. So, one of the equilibrium condition, though a necessary condition but not a sufficient condition. This first condition is a necessary condition but not a sufficient condition. And the condition says that the slope of the indifference curve must be equal to the slope of the budget line at the point of equilibrium. And the second one is IC should be convex at the origin. That means MRS should be decreasing at the equilibrium, because we all know that the slope of the indifference curve is MRS and IC is convex due to diminishing MRS. So at the point of equilibrium, IC is convex means MRS must be diminishing. Now let us move on to the explanation of the diagram. In the x-axis we have taken one commodity X, that is, let's say it's units of food, and in the y-axis we have taken units of clothing. Now this is the budget line KL, a straight line. We all know that the budget line has the slope, negative slope of minus PX and PY, PX by PY, and the budget line is drawn on the assumption that the money income of the consumer is given and the prices of the two commodities are also given. Now you can see this consumer's equilibrium using indifference curve analysis is a combination of the indifference map and the budget line. We have drawn three indifference curve, means this is the indifference map, and we have taken a budget line KL. Now see, there are three indifference curve, IC1, IC2 and IC3. We also have discussed earlier that beyond the budget line, it is unattainable or non-feasible. The consumer can at the most attain any commodity bundles inside the budget line or on the budget line. But his money income is given and he has to use the entire money income on the consumption of X and Y. That is why the equilibrium point must be on the budget line. Now you see, on IC1 you can observe 3 points, 3 commodity bundles A, B, M. Now point A, though attainable, but it will give a very low utility, low level of utility. Why? Because IC1 is the lowest IC here. We all know higher the indifference curve, higher will be the level of utility. So point A lies on the lowermost IC, IC1. That is why it is not preferred by the consumer. Now look at point B and point M. Both are on the budget line. That means here the consumer is spending his entire money income on this, both the commodity bundles, but still the consumer will not choose either commodity bundle B or M. The question is why? This is because look at commodity bundle M. At point M, can you see the IC is steeper than the budget line? So the slope of the IC is greater than the slope of the budget line. So at M, what is the slope of the budget indifference curve? MRS XY, that is MUX by MUY, is greater than the slope of the budget line PX by PY. From here, I bring this down. I can write MUX by PX greater than MUY goes up, MUY by PY. What is MUX by PX? The utility that the consumer will get by spending 1 rupee on X. So MUX by PX greater than MUY by PY means by spending 1 rupee on X, the consumer is getting more utility than by spending 1 unit on Y. And since he is rational, so he will be buying more of X. That is why the consumer will move from point M towards point E until point E is reached. Similarly, at point B, see, the IC is flatter than the budget line. It is lying more flatter than the budget line. That means at point B, the slope of indifference curve is less than the slope of the budget line. So, MUX by PX is less than MUY by PY. Applying the same logic, now the rational consumer finds that by spending 1 rupee on X, he is getting less utility than by spending 1 unit on Y. Thereby, he will reduce the consumption of X. Earlier, at point M, he was getting the incentive to consume more of X and move towards point E. Here, he will reduce the consumption of X. See the arrow I have shown here? So, he is reducing, means going this side. That is why he will move towards point E again, where E is the equilibrium point. Why? I will explain just now. Now, let us look at the other commodity bundle, say point D. Point D is on a higher IC3. So, the consumer is supposed to get the maximum utility here because the commodity bundle lies on the higher IC. But still, he cannot get this commodity bundle. Why? Because it is not affordable. Any bundle outside the budget line is not affordable, unattainable. So, commodity bundle D is rejected. The only one left is here, commodity bundle E here. The point E is the equilibrium point. Why? Because see, at this point all the equilibrium conditions are satisfied. MRS XY is equal to PX by PY, that is the slope of the indifference curve is equal to the slope of the budget line. That is, the indifference curve is tangent at this point. Tangent means it is just touching the budget line here. So point E is the equilibrium point, satisfying the first condition. But it is only a necessary condition, not the sufficient condition. So we look at the second equilibrium condition, whether it is satisfied or not. Here again see, at point E the IC is convex to the origin. That means both the equilibrium conditions are satisfied. So point E is the consumer's equilibrium using the indifference curve approach. So this is the consumer's equilibrium using the IC approach.